What's up, guys, and welcome you all back. Don't you forget, Morning Buzzer is brought to you by Kellogg's Cornflakes, Cocoa Pops, and Indomie Noodles. Yes, our guest is with us, and today we are going to have an amazing time. It's just everything about sound. Don't worry, we're going to talk to you about sound. Our guest is a music composer for movies. How you doing?
Very fine, thank you.
Please properly introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Tolu Obanro. I'm a film composer. I'm a sound designer. I'm an audio post engineer. Everything around sound for movies.
Everything
really.
sound sharp.
Yes.
We're wearing a bright color today. And
Well,
some people will say guys do not wear bright colors.
why not? I think I like red a lot. Even though I'm a Chelsea fan, but I like red.
That's my best color.
Oh,
really?
Indomie should sign you on. But you're wearing blue.
I'm just repping.
What's wrong with you?
I'm repping the Chelsea people. I'm helping them.
You're helping us.
Sorry. I'm helping people because I'm helping people to uplift your spirit.
Yes, so
Forget. How you doing?
much needed. Fine, thank you.
How excited are you to be
I'm
here?
really, really glad to be here. It's an honor to
Hope
have
there
been
wasn't
called up.
issue with Lagos traffic.
Yeah, usual. So
Usual.
I mean, just make sure you leave early. You know
you
where you
get
go.
your spot.
Now it's as if
stuff
everybody's
like that.
used to it.
We're getting used to it. Then I mean, the fuel thing is also helping out.
Yeah, to reduce the
keeping some people at home. So I guess it's just my day out. I don't normally come out. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about sound and music for movies. What does sound mean to you?
Okay, so sound generally is, you can call it an illusion, you can call it whatever it is you want to call it, but it's emotion to me. So that helps me to interpret it when I need to interpret it. For example, like I always say, you can make something funny sound dangerous and then everybody will perceive it as dangerous. Or make something dangerous sound funny and everybody just think it's a comedy. So sound is an expression that, elevates or like properly interpret what you're seeing on your screen. For me. Yeah.
So when did you decide, in chasing this career in the whole music composing thing in the movies? How did it start?
How did it
start for you? And when did you realize that okay, this is what I want to do?
Okay, first off, I studied geology from Futmina, and
As far.
very far, very far from.
Put my
And but all along, I think at like age 11, I started touching the piano gradually. I just had love for sound. I remember when I was very little, if things like Boys to Men, all those old jams come on, I will cry and my mom will beat me not knowing why, but because there's just a way it makes me feel and all that. So, but I grew up around that kind of different sounds. Dad would play Sonny Ade and the likes, mom would play, my uncles would play. So I grew up hearing pretty much like everything, but I thought I was still going to do like geology. So when I finished, it wasn't so bad grade. So I wanted a job in the oil company and I was hustling for that. But everywhere I go, I just find sound around me. So I mean, later I just decided that, you know what, okay, I think there was a time I was on a reality show and I was so young and then I got so much money and I was like, okay, I won't get this in oil company. Maybe I should re-strategize and focus. So that was the start.
I won't get that in oil company. Maybe I should.
That was the start for me.
That was the start for you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to process of making sounds for movies, are there any insights you want to share with us?
Oh, so I think it all starts from the onset recording, which is production, not post-production. Post-production is where the music and everything comes together. But the onset recording is very important because the usual saying for anything you do on the computer is garbage in, garbage out. If you don't have like good stuff, like clear stuff that you've recorded from dialogue level, you can't expect it to be so great when you put it in. So I think first, that must be very clean. Then of course you want to talk to the director, know what they want for a particular movie. They can call a movie horror and then you eventually just score it and it starts sounding funny and people are not even scared. You can imagine, I don't know what Willy Willy looks like anymore, but I used to hear about Willy Willy. I'm sure sound must have contributed to it because something. So it's just really like that for me. So I mean, interpret every. You are not just going to interpret the movie the way it is. You are also going to interpret every scene, the emotional scene. You must make sure they are even more emotional. Places where people are supposed to feel emotional, you have to make them cry for it, you know. And places where they're supposed to be scared, you have to make them like sit up for it, you know. That's what the sound process is for me.
Talking about movies, how important is a sound director in a movie? In a movie set or a movie in general?
Okay, so I'm going to say it depends on the movie. Some movies are just drama.
Okay.
Just drama, so you don't need the audio post-production. In fact, like the name implies, audio post-production. It means when it's done, when the pre-production and production is done, is when they just give you everything they've done for post-production. But I kind of always find a way to want to do things the way I think in my mind, I feel in my spirit to do it. So I think the first time I was going to be on set was for Jagun Jagun. You know, I insisted that I wanted to be on set because I felt there's something to take away from this place. I need to be there. And the directors were like, are you sure this is post-production? I had to, is he arguing my way out? I don't think he's arguing. I think he's making proper presentation of why I should be there. And they were like, okay, you can come. And then before they were done, the trailer was ready because the editor was also on set. So that was like a first-time magic that had never been done before. And then we took it from there, and you will see that every sound from that movie is pretty much organic, generic, and not just random sounds. You see that they were properly placed because, I mean, from the shoot, I started imagining the things I wanted for it. For the, okay, for example, Gangs of Lagos, I wasn't there, but I was getting caught while they were doing it. I didn't know the bad guy is a butcher. So anytime I see him, I make a slash of a knife with the sound accompanying it. So it's pretty much how much you can think, how much you can put things together, and yeah. So if you think you must go to set to get those things you are thinking in your mind, then go to set. Like there's a movie I'm doing now, I'm not allowed to say the title. I'm already looking for an elephant. You know, I'm asking people, where can I get elephant? I don't mind traveling. I want to do stuff. I want to explore. I don't just want to sit behind there. I also want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to go all out for what I'm doing. Yes, that's it.
You said Jagun Jagun.
Yeah.
You've actually called Gangs of Lagos.
Yeah.
So you're probably top shot. Do you understand? So is there like any memorable experience, you know, in composing music for this movie? Is there like any particular moment that has been memorable for you, or a particular movie, you know, because you've called Jagun Jagun, you've called them Gangs of Lagos. You were also on the Tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
So was there any particular memorable moments for you, or which would you pick as a very memorable one?
Well, I will. I know I'm supposed to say Jagun Jagun and say Gangs of Lagos, but there's House of Secrets that I love so much.
Oh, okay.
The thing about House of Secrets is the first time I had to now realize the definition I said before. Like, you can actually interpret something wrongly, and in your mind you think it's supposed to be correct. For example, in Out of Secrets, we had two friends fighting. Okay. In my mind, James Bond, these are soldiers and they are fighting for a particular cause. One is on the right side of the law, one is on the wrong side of the law. But you know, this is action. They are beating each other seriously. So in my mind, this should be, but a second opinion from directors like, but their brothers were like, oh, this is supposed to be emotional. This is my guy. I don't want to kill my guy. How will I kill my guy? But I have to kill my guy. So that was like an emotional something. So every scene, pretty much every scene on House of Secrets had interpretation. Had interpretation. They were not just their lovers, give them love. Their lovers quite alright, but they are having a disagreement soon. So it shouldn't look like a disagreement. It should look like a disagreement from lovers. So those people, then I had the opportunity to recreate Ife Biejewuro cinematic to like fit the screen. That was pretty much it. Then there are things that people don't pay attention to that I decide to always myself make sure I do that level of work. For example, Gangs of Lagos. Since the beginning, when the Oba was small, you start hearing little Eyo chants. And as it was growing up, the Eyo chant was becoming bigger, and when it became the Oba himself, the full sound played. So those are the kind of things I like to build moments, I like to build characters, I like to build films, I like to build themes, I like to build motives. So pretty much how I approach almost everything.
Beautiful.
Tribe of Good Judah, Brotherhood, Gangs of Lagos, King of Thieves, Prophetess, all that. Yeah.
You've done a lot.
Not a lot, but within a short while, a
lot. Now, take us through your technical process. How is your technical process like for a music composer?
Okay, so normally for a music composer, there are genres to movies. Okay. Just like you have your Afro pop, Afro beat, Afro fusion, Afro this, Afro that. You also have genres to movies. Is it an emotional movie? Is it a love story? Is it a drama? Is it an action? Is it a thriller? Whatever it is, that's where you start to interpret it technically from. Okay, how do we approach this? Let me give you an example. I also did Battle on Booker Street, and like it's like almost this set within the same year if you look at it properly with Tribe, but they are not the same thing. So Battle on Booker Street had serious talking drums, had local drums, but Tribe of Judah had akupa, like the real Siamese kind of drum, and had a totally different approach from, I think Battle of Judah was bass, blues, that was what the trailer was, but this one is so I like Mrs. Funke for that. She likes to like make sure our movies are very indigenous, and then you have to always think outside the box to create something indigenous that you've not done before. So it leads you to using orchestras, it leads you to using so much instruments, knowing new instruments, learning about new instruments and all that. So I think pretty much my process.